those really crazy situations that if you literally punch yourself in the dick to wake up, like I got questions for you, man.
Well, no, it's just adrenaline. You know, like hey,
Yeah.
something nuts, and you're just like, oh fuck the pain.
Mhm.
You can't be really falling asleep when your balls hurt.
I deal with that all the time. Like for instance, like because my balls are already so big. You know what I mean? Because I'm a man. You know what I mean? So tough, so cool, so awesome. And the
Oh,
thing
none
is,
of that.
can you tell that we're live yet?
I literally had the Twitch thing up.
Alright, sorry. Just saying. 'Cause I'm wondering.
Plus, every time you're like, oh, I'm gonna talk about my nuts for 20 seconds straight on camera.
I love talking about nuts. Why are you such
Man.
a dick, man?
No one likes you.
Well, no one likes you either.
Yeah, but
That's why you have to punch yourself in the nuts. 'Cause you don't got a woman to punch you in the nuts. Yeah. Got your ass, didn't I? Stupid motherfucker.
Not really.
I'll punch you. Alan, look at me. Look at me. I'll punch the fuck out you, dog. Don't hit me.
Done.
Anyways, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Oh my goodness, it's a chat attack as a post show, not the post show. Fuck it. You know, can we start over?
No.
Okay, it's a pre-show. Double toasted weekly. Look at this big old butt when he gets up, dude. I swear to God, you got the biggest, thickest ass. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best. Yeah, I was gonna say I stuck my ass out from there. No one's ever seen that again.
Yeah. No, but here's the thing, though, guys. We are here. We're hanging out with you guys. Double Toasted's weekly roasting show is going to be starting over there at 10 CST. That's 10 p.m. CST over there in them Texas times. Now, the thing is, though, guys, we're going to be hanging out with you, shooting the shit, talking about fucking movies, talking about movie news, potentially Spider-Mans. I don't really want to talk about Spider-Man too much, to be honest, because I'm getting sick of that shit. Ganja, are you getting sick of Spider-Mans yet?
No. I mean, man's fucking favorite character is Spider-Man. Why the fuck would he get tired of Spider-Man?
Yeah. Black Knight said the world is divided to separate to be the one. Oh, well, thank you very much, I think. I don't
Oh
know what
man,
that
my
fucking
computer
means.
fucking muted me.
No, it didn't. You came. Why would a computer randomly do that? Why?
I mean, when I switch my audio, sometimes what it'll do is switch my audio to my Yeti microphone, or it'll switch it to my real tech for some fucking reason. I gotta switch it back over.
By the way, apparently yesterday, Gene was asking, or probably earlier today, he was saying, "Is C-Spot Run Jet's pick?" No, it's not. That's actually somebody's pick from the chat. I forget who. Jet usually keeps these things like together, whatever. But I'm so.
I can check while you do. I'll check while you're doing that because we have tasks that we actually can keep track of. So while you do that, I will do that.
Yeah, but people, Marisha's saying Ryan's, which makes a lot of sense if that's definitely Ryan's fucking thing there. But here's the thing, though, guys. You know, on top of talking about this stuff, Speed Spot Run, we're also gonna be talking about a pick of Ganja Guru's, which is American Pie. Now that's
his last pick.
Well, we didn't even really talk about that, by the way.
My last pick of this year.
In your sleep.
But yeah, it's definitely Ryan who reviewed it, so thank you. Roger Bear saying review Freddy Got Fingered only if it's for a bid bounty, and please don't put that out there. And then like I don't even really want that to happen either. But Chris Ayers requested Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas. Yes, he did. We're probably watching it very soon, considering the fact that it's Christmas holidays. It's December.
Who?
Chris Ayers.
He's a local Bible.
No, I know
freak.
Chris. I know Chris Ayers is. Who the fuck's Kirk Cameron?
He's a local Bible freak.
Yeah, apparently. I don't know the storyline of the movie, or maybe he is a real life fucking Bible freak.
This is like a Fox News movie, so those type of people.
Oh, really? So
God.
Chris Ayers wants to be the guy who's attached to the fucking bit melody and has to do with a fucking.
I mean, you're Fox News Nick, so he probably just thinks you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, possibly. Gotta tell you, by the way, chat. How often do you guys like, or not how often, but how much do you guys like Fox News Nick? I think he's actually a very good character. I like him very much. You know what I mean? You know, talking about so many things, being so right all the fucking time. You know, I like myself in him like that. But I'm not gonna do that today, though. Today we're talking about nerdy stuff. There's actually a few things that I meant to bring up on the show yesterday. I want to bring them up to you now, Alan. Is that okay, sir?
No.
Well, too bad. So here's the thing. I'm gonna make fun of your one of your favorite hobbies, the video game industry.
Yes.
Over here it says a new DualSense wireless controller codes arrive next month, followed by the new PS5 console covers.
Cool.
Keep in mind, let's do some math here. Okay, the math being that right now we're in December, so next month is going to be January, after a holiday season. What the fuck are they thinking to have this shit point out in January? I mean, this is stupid.
Well, because again, it's accessories. It's not necessarily like a new console. It's called SKU or whatever. This is a situation where this is extra accessories, and it's like they're focusing on the games and the consoles right now because they're like, yeah, we're not necessarily gonna do it right now because we know people are even having trouble getting the console, and because of manufacturing, they don't want to be in a situation where they run out like they are currently with everything else. So they're probably like, hey, we're gonna do it afterwards. That way you guys get the games, whatever you're normally gonna get for Christmas, and then you can buy these horrendous colors and just go with the black one because that's the best one on here. Maybe the red.
Not only that, think about it this way. If you aren't getting a console this year, or you just just want to customize your already established PS5 that you have in your house, this is a great way to get that double dip for the holiday seasons. Because, like Alan said, they're not manufacturing a lot of these PS5s. So, in order to get to that marketplace, fuck it. You can either go ahead and go buy one of these different cases. So when you do get a PS5, you can just slap it on when you place it. Or if you already have a PS5, you get a little bit more of a customization option with the new accessory.
No, I'm looking at this right now, and I mean, I like the light blue one. I like the purple one. Oh,
No.
thank you. Somebody is following us. I fucking appreciate that. That's Black McBain. Black McBain, thank you very much. He says,
I like the purple, red, and black one.
Okay, I'm gonna be. I apparently the only one here with eyes. The red one's kind of cool, and the black one's fine. The blue one is fucking hideous. This pink one is like an eyesore. And whoever thought whatever the middle one was a good idea needs to be fired. Like seriously. I'm sorry.
Fuck you. That's pink purple, man. That's cognac.
I'm sorry. I don't get it. Like the PS5 colors are terrible. I feel like I'm the only one that can see it. They're so bad. Like the controllers are so fucking terrible.
Alan, how you be seeing Cognac Queen be hanging on that purple right there?
I'm on that yak.
No, you're on that crack. Someone says, "Who else
yak? I don't want to
dance." My dong works just fine, thanks. No, dude, those blue chew things. I'm actually kind of curious about that shit, man, because there's a lot of fucking like we call those goddamn things. Those there's another for hymns. For hymns is like a thing that's like advertised on all the podcasts I listen to because I guess they think that all their demographics are like 40-year-old men and above. But yeah, that blue chew shit, man, it sounds like some really awful like gas station Viagra shit, whatever. But sorry you keep getting those commercials, dude. But I don't know, maybe Twitch knows that you got a little thingy problem. And if you do, by the way, too,
like Keanu Reeves' lesser known brother.
Wait, what was that?
M. Hunter's like Alan looks like Keanu Reeves' lesser known brother.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You got that ego going now, man. The motherfucker's been trying to emulate Keanu Reeves for so fucking long. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because he's a fun guy to work with. Everyone generally likes him.
You never worked with him, you fucking fake. What the fuck was that shit? Can you believe
saying-
this motherfucker? Ganja, like you, dude, that's one of the most ridiculous things a motherfucker's ever said.
So Nick, you think, I'm trying to emulate this guy, and I'm like, all the good things about him. You never worked with him? No, but people have, and people talk.
Look, I got
what are you on?
But the way you said it.
I get where it's coming from. The way you said it sounded like you worked with him.
Yeah, like, he's a wonderful person to work with. It's like, how the fuck would you know? Like, you don't fucking hang out with him. What the fuck is going on here?
You should have started with, like, I heard he's great to work with. You just went to, like, yeah, I worked with him.
Yeah.
It was
Okay, if I misspoke, sure,
like,
but Nick jumped down my throat because, like, Alan likes something, so I got to shit on him for it.
Well, I can't explain
dude,
that.
can you,
Maybe it's
I don't know, every
warm.
time Alan makes fun of me, it's like, I don't know if I like do a lot of car washing. He's like, I gotta make fun of Alan.
Dude, I only have like this
cars.
much. I only have this much square to deal with, so I have to make sure my hands stay in this one area.
But why is it like this? Like, I'm not fucking Mr. Mind.
Because I can't do the regular thing, because all you're gonna see my forearms fucking going.
Okay,
So I gotta
fucking
do
noodle
this, so you know
man.
what the
Why don't
fuck's
you do your
going
fucking
on?
noodle arms like that
I
one dude
swear
on
to
fucking
God,
Mr.
I would
Noodle
just
on
beat the
goddamn Elmo.
Why don't I
Elmo
just
World.
kick your ass? Why don't I just fight you?
You know, I really wish you could kick my ass. But the thing is, though, you gotta be like fucking Keanu
There's
Reeves.
so much
height,
ass.
okay,
I would need
motherfucker?
5 people to help me out.
Okay, you know what? Let me tell you this. You and your green shirt. I'm gonna grab you. I'm gonna choke the fucking bird beak off of you, and then I'm gonna ask you.
Beak.
Well, you know, for this joke, let's just pretend you do.
I really like the purple one myself because
I'm sorry, Ganja.
The PlayStation 5 look pretty.
They're all the black one's the only one that looks good. It's the only one. Maybe the red one. Maybe.
Okay, see, you're trying to overcompensate because you're not black. Yeah. That's what's going on. It's like I like the black one, and it's like
first of all, you're racist. Second of all,
he's about to buy that shit.
Firstly, I say racist things. That doesn't mean I'm racist. It just means I'm very disrespectful to all kinds of people.
Any fucking way. Okay, South Park. This is a fucking stock image, a photoshopped image. We don't know what this is gonna look like in real life.
Yeah, we
do.
Don't know what, is it gonna look different than that? It's just fucking PlayStation 5. You ever seen PlayStation 5?
Oh yeah, you never bought a burger from McDonald's?
Well, yeah, but they're not gonna fuck this up like that. It's a fucking console.
Sorry, what?
They're not gonna, dude. Have they ever fucked up the design of a console before, like on the pictures or whatever? Like it always looks like the pictures. It always looks like the
color could easily be more muted, maybe more vibrant. I expect that blue one to be a gigantic eyesore. Like the PS5 is mad ugly. Nobody talks about how ugly that system is.
I can guarantee you that the fucking console is gonna say it looks good. It's gonna look like shit. Alan, what's your favorite looking console?
PS4's pretty good.
Well, he just likes a big brick on the fucking.
They're all consoles are fucking bricks.
No, they're not. Super Nintendo is an actual design. GameCube is an actual design.
It's not a brick.
The original PlayStation is an actual design with that big circular, whatever the fuck thing looks like a little spaceship. Whatever the fuck. It was
pizza,
cool as fuck.
It's a pizza
Sega Genesis,
cardboard box.
Sega Genesis kind of looks like a brick. The CDI looks like a brick, even though it had the best Zelda games.
It literally had the worst ones.
Also, too, well, I mean, at least they try with the storyline. I'm just saying, you know, I'm a kind of person that likes, like, when someone tries something new.
Yeah, and if it sucks, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, well,
trying doesn't matter if it sucks.
Have you even played it, Mr. Watch YouTube and then base your decisions on that guy, huh?
Don't you literally do that? Don't you literally do that for half the games you talk about?
Bullshit. No, never. I've never done that. I even fucking.
You literally done it for The Last of Us.
No, what? I bought that game. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
I can literally show you on my thing right now.
But again, you've literally said multiple times you'd either rather or you have seen fucking video shit and made your opinion based on that.
No, I make my opinion based on the story that I watched. I watched the story.
Yeah. But again, you've
Alan,
also made your opinion based on YouTube videos.
Alan, you reviewed that game. You're literally like you're describing yourself. You're the one who
No, I'm
watched.
not.
No, you literally told me you didn't beat that game, and you gave it one of the worst games of the year awards. Like you said that was one of the worst ones.
I didn't go back and continue watching YouTube videos after the fact. I stopped at 6 hours and said this is one of the worst games I've ever played.
You gave it a whole review just like I did, except for the fact that I played more than you did and watched all. I watched all.
Okay, first of all, you watched the whole thing. Your whole thing was, you just watched YouTube videos and made your opinion on that. No, I didn't. I played what I played, and it was trash.
Yeah, but you also didn't. You don't even know how it ends. You don't know anything about the story.
I don't give a fuck. It's trash up to that point. I don't care about the ending. Yeah,
Oh
a fucking gold. Hey, if you take a gigantic terrible shit, but a gold nugget pops out, it's still a terrible shit.
Alan, I beg you to watch this show after we're done.
No.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What did God just say in the chat? Alan be picking fights. Fuck y'all.
He do.
I have to work with this man.
I forgot what the story. Oh, like the whole. Okay, let's stick on topic. Okay, look, colors. I like the colors. I like the fact that we have as a fucking gaming industry, as a gaming community, we have. Can I finish a fucking?
No.
Can I please finish? Just, baby. Let me pet you. Oh, there you go. Yeah, all right. Just pet you right there.
Need an adult.
Calm down. Shut your fucking mouth. Okay. Just. All right. So
fucking tie me up.
You shut your motherfucker. Okay. What was I saying?
That you were wrong and I'm right.
No, I will say Rob has soft hair. He does have pretty soft hair. You have really nice hair, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You'll never be allowed to touch it.
I won't touch your stupid fucking hair. Your hair looks like shit. Anyway, so the thing is though, is I fucking the blue here. I like the light blue. I like the purple. But here's the thing though, is like it's one of those things where like we have options. I don't know what's up with gamers, but they're so used to being like punished by daddy old fucking corporate that they don't like having like the ability to choose how their console looks like or whatever. And Sony's over here like, hey guys, you want some options? You want to be able to like customize something? Well, they're trying to do something for us, and I think that this is a good thing. So thank you, Sony. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And
cool.
You know, it is what it is. Ganja, what do you think about these PS5 looks and whatnot? You can't blame your computer this time. You can't. Can't blame it. Can't be a computer. I mean, like, what, is it gonna keep coming back and turn your shit off? Just the computer knows when you're not fucking around. Come on.
Anyway, customizing the faceplates of the PS5 is great because the PS5 normally looks like complete fucking garbage. But the problem is these colors also look like complete fucking garbage. I don't know why they felt the need to change the color. The PS2 was black, the PS3 was black, the PS4 was black. And like all of a sudden, let's just change it to white for some fucking reason. No, I'm not gonna restart my fucking computer. Go fuck yourself, Windows.
Yeah, I think it just did that to me earlier too. Maybe it did that to fucking what's his
Bro, if I randomly leave, blame my computer.
Yeah, that sucks. But I'll be by myself just talking a bunch of shit. But then again, that'd be hilarious because that would just make everybody mad in the chat. But here's the thing, though. I want to bring up something really quick. I forgot what the fuck it was. Darn it. God damn it. Here's what I was gonna do. PlayStation 5. Everybody loves Raymond. Now, look.
What?
Yeah. You're gonna like this because everybody loves Raymond. They knew what this is gonna look like eventually. And I gotta tell you, I love what the PS5 became. You're saying you don't like the way it looks, and it's because you're watching Dune too much, and you're not seeing enough of this right here. And this, what does that look like to you, sir?
That's 16th century modern art.
No, that's a pussy. That's a pussy. You know what, Marie Barone? Thank you so much for doing that. That was a great episode. Can you believe that was on a fucking like nighttime sitcom? Kids were able to see that shit. And yeah, like they had them like rated TV PG or whatever the fucking.
Dude, they had an entire episode about breast implants. Like that show does what the fuck it wants.
I forgot about that too. Yeah, so it's fucking nuts. But anyways, yeah, I like the design because it looks like vagina. I'm sorry, it just does. People are making jokes. It looks like a router. It looks like this. Looks like that. But like no, it looks like vagina. Absolutely.
It really doesn't. No, because fucking Viper in the chat's like it's Seto Kaiba's fucking entire outfit. People have done the memes before, so you could definitely just put Seto Kaiba PS5 and you'll see the fucking his exact outfit.
Seto, how you spell that?
Good fucking question. Seito.
I-T-O. Seto, and then how you spell Kaiba?
Kiaba. Oh, okay. I almost got it. I just put an extra I in there.
Dang, that's crazy, dog. You're right though. It kind of does. Oh,
There's no I. First of all, there's no I in shit. Well, never mind. There is.
Wow. So you want to
What
start
the
that sentence
fuck are
again,
you
buddy?
going for there?
I'm gonna go back and I'll come back with a better one. I promise.
No, I'm guaranteeing you that's not gonna happen. But anyways, did your internet turn off or something?
No, man. I typed in the chat. I had to go to the bathroom real quick. I was talking in both chats about it.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Well, shit.
I'm over here on the porcelain throne. See, Ganja suck ass. This is where Ganja is a bad podcast. He don't tell nobody what he's up to. He's giving no one a heads up.
All I said was you can't blame the computer this time, which you can. You can blame your ass.
I'll blame my asshole on my colon. How about that?
Yeah,
we need to come up
still
with a better way to. We need to come up with a better way to communicate during the show. I don't know how, like signals or like I'll just do like numbers in there.
But this
Whatever
is
the
the
fuck.
thing. I used to say this
hold
about
on.
Roxy, by the way. And Roxy, if you end up watching this, sweetheart, I'm sorry, but I gotta be honest. I gotta be fucking honest with you. What is up with when you see my face? You want to release out of your ass or pee-pee hole?
Well,
I mean, it's you.
If you want to get technical with it, sometimes I go, okay, I'll just wait till after the show. Then halfway through the show, oh no, bubble guts, gotta go. It's not Diaz, ew, oh my stomach.
I mean, every time I see Nick, I want to take a shit. So
No, that's not you. Your face is like, you're like Spider-Man.
Oh, I could take a shit right now if you want.
You look like you are.
Well, yeah, I'm on the show.
Yeah.
See what you can't see right now, he's pissing into a cup under his desk.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
With your gaping pussy.
What?
What?
Ew.
I don't know.
I don't know why that disgusts me, but ew.
Nick just says shit.
Gaping. Yeah, I do. You forgot to do your fucking hands. You just
I
said
did.
shit. Fuck it. I should just give you 2 fucking shake weights. You just be like, wait, jack me off with your.
Just
fucking
start working out during the show.
Yeah. Do you think those work? The jack off things? Not
I mean,
masturbating, but like.
Depends on what you mean by working.
Yeah. Wait, what are you doing now?
I don't know. No, don't clip.
No.
Wait, let's want to clip Nick.
Someone
Maybe
please.
clip Nick as much as you want.
They're gonna clip both of us, stupid. Who's gonna stop that shit out at 5 seconds? Like, now we're done. No, we're both.
a good clipper.
No, we're gonna be together in this, Alan. Okay, you're gonna be over there. You're gonna fucking like hold my hand with this as brothers.
Every episode of this show, I want to quit.
I know, but that's because you know, just like me, you have an ego problem, and you look at me, and you're like, God, he's so cool. Oh my God.
At least he admits
and
it.
you know, yeah. And I have that issue too, not with anybody like
I
on
don't
this
have
planet.
an ego.
Yeah.
And he doesn't admit it.
No, I don't know. Wait, Viper Fucks. Which that's your new name. You don't know how to use Twitch? What the fuck?
No one teach you how to clip. No one.
Reese, come on, you're
No
still
one.
youthful. I don't know how to do this on your Twitch.
Hey, Reese, if you don't know something, there's always a YouTuber willing to teach you.
That's
Go
true.
check out YouTube.
Oh, let me see. I think I can like it to follow the Twitch. I think I'm gonna try to do that. Wait, I don't know what the fuck voice I'm doing now. I was doing an old person, like an old white lady, by the way, so no one gets offended. But now I just turned into like Adam Sandler. You know, I was like,
Hold on a
technical
second.
foul.
Hold on a second. I just got the beep. Yeah. All right. So she just beat me the link. So I got to call this payphone real quick to get the link from this telephone company. I'll be right back, y'all.
Sorry, what?
I got you, son. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
What just happened?
Yeah, Blind Knight said it sounded racist as fuck. Yeah, that's why I was like, holy shit. Like, I mean, I sound a lot like Adam Sandler, so let's just say I'm being racist against him, and people will forgive it because, you know, he's not popular anymore. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck my voice turned into afterwards. But yeah, you know, old people. Anyways, here's the thing, though, guys. Time to talk about some other things here. So we're done with the PlayStation talk because, you know, obviously with video games, me and Al are just never gonna be able to agree, and I don't know why, man. You know, maybe you
Colors
need to like.
suck.
Wait, so now you're talking shit about colors. So this is not even like a PlayStation thing. This is like a color thing with you.
Why do
Which
you
is
always have to
also
try to
racist.
use- Oh my god, you're the biggest racist here.
No, but I'm asking you a question. Like you didn't even answer. Like yeah, like never mind. Just you know what? Okay.
What's the next fucking story, buddy?
Okay. This is a big thing too. Hopefully, we won't get into another stupid ass argument like that. But you know, this is not about Halloween Kills. I swear to God, I wasn't trying to put on Halloween Kills. But it says universal. Universal Movies will go to Peacock after 45 days in movie theaters, which
Sure.
is cool as fuck. I was wondering if things are going to go back to the way they were, aka the bad way, keeping people going to the movie theaters for these quote-unquote theatrical fucking screenings, which are all very, very inconvenient and annoying and expensive and stupid and unnecessary.
Meanwhile,
But
me looking
apparently,
at my Spider-Man ticket.
well, that's an event, so I totally get you. Like, I'm not even going to judge you or anybody else in the chat or even Alan. I'm not going to judge
Don't
you.
fucking lie to me.
I'm not
You're
judging you. I
best
swear to
friend
God.
for 6 years. You're gonna judge me.
I'm gonna judge you for liking bullshit like Spider-Man, but like as
There
far
we
as going to
go.
movies, like, but like it's an event though. Like I get you. Like I'm gonna spend money to go.
I think almost everybody in the chat's going like probably the same day.
Yeah,
Most
that
people probably
Thursday.
got the tickets. Yeah.
Yeah, which is fine. Like I mean, hey, enjoy yourselves, but just don't tell me about it. The thing is though is like Peacock, which by the way I'm just gonna put this out here too. Peacock is one of the best streaming services. No, this is not an ad read or anything. I mean this from the fucking soul. Severe sincerity. There we go. Like just complete sincerity when I say that Peacock is the best thing to get for your buck right now as far as live streaming services. HBO Max barely fucking works at the time. It doesn't work on old school TVs. And when I say old school, I mean 2016 to 2018. That's ridiculous that those apps are not like upgraded or whatever, updated. On the phone, HBO Max keeps signing me off all the fucking time, or it just freezes and it buffers. Dude, I watch stuff on fucking F movies sometimes, and I get lots of buffer things, but I'm like, oh, it's free, it's pirating technically, so I totally get that. But on HBO Max, I pay top fucking dollar for this shit. Why is it buffering when I have high-speed internet? What the fuck? But with Peacock, you don't get that, and you get to download the stuff after you watch it. Everything from CNBC, The Prophet, Real Housewives of all the fucking cities that shit's about, Below Deck, all that stuff. You can download them all onto your hard drive or on your phone's hard drive and watch them when you're on the fucking plane or whatever the case may be. So now they're doing something like this, saying, hey, we're going to have these theatrical movies come to our service 45 days after theatrical, screenings. And I think that's cool because keep in mind, guys, you're not going to get screwed over. You have to, like, rush to the movie theater to watch this before it's on Peacock. You're in a situation where, like, yeah, you have plenty of time to go see this movie, so no excuses. But Alan, what do you think about this, man? Do you think this is a cool thing? You excited for Peacock? Do you want to get Peacock? What do you feel?
No. There's absolutely nothing on that streaming service I could ever possibly want. And even if every now and then there might be a movie that might be somewhat half decent, I don't really like. I'm not like, to me, it's like if I'm getting a streaming service, to me, it's a commitment. It is I don't want to sit there for one or two things. I want to be on your service. I want to watch the things I want to watch, but I also want to discover stuff. That's why I have HBO, which is amazing. It's probably my favorite streaming service from just all the slew of shows to always a new shit to discovering. And I hate Netflix. I only have it because I trade with my sister. She gets HBO, I get Netflix. I would not pay for Netflix. Netflix honestly hasn't been worth it in like years. They have one or two good shows, but fuck Netflix because there's no commitment to them. They will immediately destroy anything. Cowboy Bebop was like they hyped it up longer than it was out.
Yeah, you're right. They did because that show was like off. They were gonna have the second season after like a month of it being out. So like that's kind of crazy. But then at the same time too, man, people were talking shit about that instantly, and Netflix was like, okay, you fucking nerds, you want to keep fucking complaining? Well, fine, no more anime for you, okay? And they're like, no, I want it. But you guys were you were complaining about it fucking last week. Now you're like, I want my fucking BoJack. Or what's that? Not BoJack. Okay, Bebop. I want my Bebop.
I want my BoJack.
I want my boo. Fucking nerds.
Oh, that one's fucking Big Mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but that's the thing. It's weird. I compare the anime audience right now, and granted, just so you know, when I say this, you guys do have a reason for your complaints. I'm not going to say that you're as stupid as these other things I'm about to bring up, but you do remind me of Star Wars fans. Okay, put this as Star Wars fans, gamers, WWE people, Walking Dead fans. Y'all remind me of a lot of them, where you're just like, I love this thing, and then you do nothing but talk shit about it the whole time and talk about what you would do differently. And then, this shit happens. So, yeah, I don't know. But I did hear that Cowboy Bebop was a fucking mess as far as, like, what it was trying to do versus, like, what the anime did. But keep in mind, guys, it's different. They got to get people that are not into Cowboy Bebop into Cowboy Bebop through the live action thing because people are not willing the people who are not into anime, they want to give it a shot, so they're trying to like let them have like their in, which is being live action, and they can't do everything in different anime because it's going to throw them off because there's a reason why they weren't watching in the first place. The idea to bring out content is not to entertain the audience that's already entertained and has been entertained. They want a new audience, so that's what they're trying to do. And I think that some of the fans of these things kind of ruin their success sometimes, man. But then again,
I disagree because like when it comes to an adaptation, it doesn't matter what the adaptation is, book, comic strip, fucking Stephen King's dog shit that got turned into a fucking movie. An adaptation has two responsibilities. One, to make sure that whatever the work is being respected, and two, to get a new audience. Generally speaking, you're getting a new audience whenever you do any adaptation. So adaptations are so popular because like, oh hey, that's why American remakes are so popular because like, oh hey, no one's gonna want to watch Train to Busan in the theater. Not like that's an incredibly popular movie. We have to do an American version called Return to New York. Whatever the fuck it's called, some Last Train in New York.
New York, yeah.
Whatever the fuck the movie's called, because it's like. We have to get a situation where Americans need American stuff and American sensibilities. So it gets adapted and changed because the fact that you have people probably in America that enjoyed it, but also so people go, what the fuck is this shit? And then they end up sitting down and watching it and enjoying it. But a lot of times, and honestly, most of the time, adaptations, they're simply just either copying it directly or they're doing so many changes, it loses a lot of the things that made it original or made it interesting. So that's why a situation with Cowboy Bebop, it's like, yeah, it's an Americanized version of an anime. And I've not watched it. Hell, I've never really put that much effort into Cowboy Bebop in general. So I can't really say if it's faithful or not. But I know people, I heard mixed things. It seemed like more people liked it than they didn't. Like, that was the weird thing because it wasn't like Death Note where everyone was shitting on it. This is a situation where people are like, it's actually not as bad as they thought it was going to be.
Yeah. And it's strange because I'm just kind of like, it's so loud, the bullshit when it comes to people complaining about it. Meanwhile, it's like I've met, as far as like numerics of people, I've met about like 60% who liked the Death Note thing and 40% who didn't. And I know it's louder, the 40%. That's like, I hate that shit. But yet, like, there's been many people that agree with me that Death Note's not that bad. But, I don't know. I totally see what's wrong with the two, though. So don't think that, like, I'm being a contrarian.
I mean, I'm going to be real. I don't like Death Note, the anime.
Then that's where you're absolutely
I fucking
correct.
said it. I
love
watched 13 episodes and said, this is some fucking trash.
The anime is amazing. It's one of the best animes ever. You're silly,
Sure.
silly.
I'm glad you enjoyed something.
I plead the fifth because I have no strong
I
opinion
don't give a
one way or the other.
fuck, Lucario. It is garbage.
What?
Unlike my co-host here, who has strong opinions one way or another.
I want to find you. I'm going to get you one way or another.
What the fuck?
I respect you there, Angelica.
What?
Oh, that's a reference for people that are really cool in the side of the chat.
Rugrats?
Yeah!
I watch Rugrats too, but why are you calling me Angelica?
Because you are.
Yeah, actually, I still don't get I don't get it. Hey, but you know what, though? You know what I do get?
Because she sings the song in the movie.
Oh, you're talking about the movie? Who fucking watched that piece of shit? I went to
I
go
did.
there.
I watched
Take
that
me there.
I watched that shit 3 times, bitch. Fuck you.
Bet you did.
What are you talking about? Both
At
of
the
them are
Dollar
amazing.
Theater.
What
Get
are you?
the fuck
What
out
crack
of
are
here.
you on?
How'd you know? Who told you, Diaz? How'd you know my father was cheap the second time
No,
around?
because my father was. We went to the Dollar Theater all the fucking time, dog. With like
Look.
half the fucking screen ripped off and everything. Gene
We're
sent
still
us
sticky,
a
but they don't
video.
sell ice cream
But
or
there's
anything like that.
3?
I don't know what this video is. I'm gonna trust you, Gene. But if it's something that I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, harder.
I'm be confused.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is it. Well, I mean, I can't play the sound because you guys are not gonna be able to hear it. But yeah, he was playing this Angelica thing. By the way, man, I gotta tell you, Angelica, she was a bitch, but she was a lifeblood of that show. I fucking love Angelica.
I feel like sometimes Jet is our Angelica.
Yeah,
Yes.
you guys are babies.
Man, she does
You are
bully
too.
us like them, too.
Yeah. She pushed Alan down some stairs. I'm just playing.
Al deserved it just like Chucky did.
I will say, Alan,
What?
I would probably throw you down some stairs. I mean, I would hope that you would like know that's for the joke and for the show. You know, but would you be mad if I threw you downstairs? Like, not like a big flight, just like 3
What
steps.
is with people part of the double toasted community that wants to throw their co-host down the stairs?
Yeah, of course, Nick. It makes me sad. You just
Like,
kinda
does
using my head
not,
against
does
me.
not,
You
does
wanna
anyone
play
not
the sad
remember
game,
when,
bitch?
Yes.
Yeah, I will outsat the fuck out. I'll get a bit bounty.
No one will care. No,
First of all, Al, you gotta continue the tradition. Remember, Martin was the first one thrown downstairs. You gotta be the second one.
Anyways,
Why?
guys, I'll let you guys know that Double Toast can be starting soon, and I hope you guys like it.
Boo.
Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to tell people what to be looking forward to, Alan. I wish.
Since when? You actively tell them to not watch
Oh,
shit.
well, Alan, stop yelling. You're raising your voice like you're literally.
I
Like,
thought throwing down the stairs was a gay sex term.
What?
What?
Throwing down some stairs?
Oh,
yeah,
you don't
I mean, I'm gonna throw some stairs on him, son.
You need
like,
to
what the
give
fuck is
us
that?
more than nothing at all.
You don't understand how gay the relationship gets, son. They get down to like the 4th stair.
Yo, you know what I've noticed?
What?
It's not a lot of gay porn that happens on stairs.
Probably is a lot if you just Google it.
What?
No, if you notice that, cause,
No!
why are you fucking freaking like? What? You like?
Why are you mad? Is it in your history?
No, because
No, that's hey people, that's called overcompensation.
No, because you bring up the stupidest things. Like,
Why is it
what the fuck are you
stupid?
on?
That's a fucking observation. You haven't seen a lot of gay
Based
porn
on
with dudes
what?
downstairs.
Have you?
Motherfucker, are you listening? That's what I just said. I haven't seen it a lot. Yeah, he's acting really sus.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
the kind
you,
of
Lucario.
shit. You're watching a lot of gay porn,
No,
homie.
Lucario hates me in the chat, so fuck him.
You're watching a shit ton of gay porn. I see that shit in the reflection of your fucking eyes.
No, that's just your ugly ass. No,
Alan,
that
look
was
at
me.
me.
I'm sorry.
Look at me, Alan.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
Alan,
fucked
look
up.
at me.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see
people.
it.
That's what happens when someone gets called out on some real shit. And you're like, you know what? I'll do real shit.
that's
You're
what
ugly as
happens
fuck.
when if
I know
feel
I'm
bad-
ugly. I know I'm ugly. I know I'm
bitch.
ugly, Alan, but you, sir, you need to accept that you haven't seen a lot of gay porn upstairs and you want them, and it's okay. It's
No.
okay you like that shit, all right? But they don't have a
Oh
lot,
my
and if we make a
God.
big deal about it today, you might get some tomorrow.
What are you gonna
From my
fucking
lips to
star
God's
in
ears.
it?
No, I know that's what you
You
want
and
again.
you and your oh my fucking god.
I know that's what you want again, but I'm just letting you know that it's okay. By the way, there shouldn't be any anger as far as talking about gay porn, because you reacted very, like, you're very, very mean about it. You're just like, oh, what, we're talking about gay porn? That's ridiculous. But
No,
regular
because you
porn,
brought the most
you'd be okay with.
random shit out of nowhere.
But it's part
Like,
of everybody's lives.
look, they said
Why
they're
are you
gonna
trying to run
cancel the
away
chat.
from your feelings.
If I get canceled, can I go home?
Yeah,
Alan,
you
Alan,
can. But don't get
no matter
canceled
what
because of
happens-
your like hidden want to watch gay porn thing. That's not a big deal.
Alan, I just wanted to be established. No matter what happens, you're still my gay little buddy.
Yeah.
No, don't you bring that back. Jed already did that. Jed already did that once.
What'd she do?
She made him a gay little buddy.
Oh, I do remember that. That was hilarious.
That's
No,
some
but chat.
bullshit.
Chat, have you noticed that though? There's not a lot. There's not a lot of like stare porn, anyways. Like in general. Does that make you feel better? I'm talking about straight people.
No.
Okay, so let's stick gay then. No, but that's the thing. No, like, Ganja, like, I'm gonna be honest. I know, like, obviously I'm fucking with him and I'm being a bully right now. And
I'm next.
No, I'm not even like, I'm not gonna mess with you. But I'm just saying, you're noticing that he really freaked the fuck out at the gay porn thing.
Because it's
Yeah,
the
he did.
stupidest thing. It doesn't matter what you
Yeah.
brought up. You could have brought up
Look
straight
at
porn.
that.
so
Look at that. I
done.
didn't even get to say anything.
Yeah.
What would you fucking
Like,
ask
dude,
me?
and you're so, like, his skin is so, I'm not
What?
gonna say white.
What? You want
but
me to
it's
sit there
starting
and
to turn a
be
little bit
dumb
red.
shit? Be like, indubitably, sir.
No, just be like, hey, dude, yeah, I noticed that too. Or say you don't notice that and say, I've seen tons of gay porn that has a show on there. Mike, any day you ever ask us this, Corey is definitely running late.
And also,
Just
it's
let
wrong
you know.
spelling of Corey.
Yeah. Mike, you've been watching Double Toast for so long, you still spell Corey's name
I mean,
wrong?
thank you for subscribing for 21
Yeah, I
months.
super appreciate that. You're fucking awesome, but there's a fucking definite question here. Corey has had his name spelled that certain way even on the fucking DT Bites videos. Like, everyone knows how to spell Corey's name, motherfucker. Anyways, no, but he'll be starting soon. He had to go watch a screening, and then he's prepping for the SpiderMan 1968 episode of SpiderMan. It's racist as fuck. I'm just gonna let you guys know. So, yeah,
Oh, it
There's
is,
a
but I
ducky.
fucking love 60 Spider-Man. I love 60 Spider-Man more than anything.
Yeah, you want to talk about that instead of the gay thing?
Of course I do.
Okay. Well, what's up with the Spider-Man thing? What do you feel
Oh, if
about
I
racist Spider-Man?
if,
And why do
I
you
don't
like
feel
the racist
I
version?
Basic Spider-Man is fucking terrible. It was also the 60s. Can I show you my favorite Spider-Man clip of all time?
What, the same one that every basic Spider-Man bitch likes?
Oh, yeah, literally no one likes it.
I'm sorry. I don't know why that sounded that so.
I'm sorry, but
Because
like,
you-
I mean, it's the joke that has not stopped being a joke since 2015. It's
Because
like the same
like,
thing.
I'm also a basic Spider-Man loving bitch too. So I don't know why I found that hilarious.
Okay, I'm gonna send this to you, and I hope to God that you actually play it.
I'll play
it's a
it.
short
I
video.
can't play the audio though. I mean, is that okay?
That's actually it'd be fine.
Okay. Because I heard something like, did you fart
No, because the
out?
audio's pretty good, but
No,
but
that was me. I have a chair now, so I got a brand new gaming chair, like I said the other day.
Aw, shit.
And it has the thing where you can move the armrest.
Mhm.
And if I lean a little too much with my fat ass, the armrest moves. So that's what you heard.
That's great. That's fucking okay. I'm gonna play a little bit of audio, but sorry if you watch this back, Alan. Sorry if it goes over your voice, whatever.
oh no, that's fine. This is my favorite Spider-Man clip of all time, and I wanted a new movie.
Why is he
Do
grabbing
you
his
know
titty?
where my dad is, Spidey?
I'm not sure, but I think he may be at the old Spanish fort. The only way to get there is by water.
Wait, it gets
All
better.
set, Billy. Climb aboard.
a diesel engine out of Webbing, and they're just the greatest Spider-Man. Yes,
How
the
about the
greatest Spider-Man
kid?
clip of
How
all
about that
time.
kid's last look at the final clip? Just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Why did we play that?
Because it's the greatest Spider-Man clip of all time, and I am begging that scene gets in a Spider-Man movie, either in the No Way Home or SpiderVerse 2.
Fucking take advantage. You stupid.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Let me no, Alan. I get where you're coming from. Let me set it up. All right. They're fighting, right? You had the big triumphant scene where the different Spider-Mans have showed up in Spider-Verse, right? They're lost on an island, right? You got the new main characters. Gwen Stacy's having a fight with Miles because they always have the love interest fight with the fucking main character at some point in those sequel movies before they realize what he can really do and find himself once again, because for some reason the second movie was always about refining your fucking self, especially with Spider-Man movies. Then they get on the island, right? They're searching, they're looking through. They come across the shed, right? And inside the sheds, they're looking through. They see old Spider-Man 60 stuff all laid out, right? They don't find Spider-Man 60, though. So as they're going through the shed, they notice there's something on the water, something with a tarp over it. They pull the tarp over, revealing the web boat.
Oh, I would love that, but I need the scene of them making it. Like, I need the scene of him just making the web boat, and someone goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" It worked last time. And then just either build it or not build it. Either way, 60 Spider-Man. Look, it's the stupidest thing that's ever existed.
Josh, I'm glad you said it.
It's the dumbest thing that's ever existed. The show itself is really kind of crazy stupid, but the memes that came out of it are amazing, including the pointing one that they referenced in Spider-Verse. That was just for me. I don't know if it was for anyone else, but it was like
I'm gonna give Alan credit on that, by the way, too. I thought he was gonna do the can you show the clip of them pointing, and like you didn't do that, so I take back what I said. But you're being basic Spider-Man, bitch. I'm wrong.
No,
you proved me wrong.
You don't, but sure. But like seeing that in theaters, oh my god! I was fucking cheering. I was there. Sorry, Penelope. You okay?
You punched me.
No. She just kind of slid back, but she has incredibly good grip.
I'm calling Peter.
Yeah. Anyway,
she would just to fuck with me. You wouldn't call Pete on me, would you?
Yeah, well,
hell yeah, I would, motherfucker.
I'm mad as shit.
And I'm Mickey Mouse too. I don't know. Nah, dude. Yeah. I don't know. I don't got much to say to that though. But like, Ganja, do you have any history watching the '60s Spider-Man?
Hell no. How old do you think I am?
Well, I mean, you're younger than Alan, not too much, and he's into this shit. So
I was even privileged enough to have the I forget what the Disney Channel. They've changed the name of it so many times, but it's basically was this. No, it was like the second Disney Channel. You had the first one that was on basic cable, and that's where they would show all the different movies, all of the mainstream shows. And then they had a second one where they would show like older cartoons, kind of like half Boomerang, and then like tested new stuff. They called it Disney XD at one point.
Oh,
that's where you used to watch Naruto on it. But it's gone through different iterations. And the first iteration, I watched it. They would have all the old Marvel stuff on there. They had the Fox Kids one. They had the '60s one on there. They had Spider-Man and Friends, where he hung out with the Fire Lady and the gay Iceman. And yeah, they had different iterations of Spider-Man, just like these ones that were original creations and one-offs. So I would watch these different iterations, and for some reason, the '60s one, besides the theme song, it just never hit me right. I got spoiled with the Fox Kids one, which was a little bit more mature and kind of inspired by the Batman anime series. So when I watched the '61, I was like, man, what kind of dumbass shit is fucking spider boats? He's fighting a pterodactyl? What?
It was a Canadian fucking production, and they had such a shoestring budget. They were constantly reusing shots. They were doing whatever they could, but it was just at the end of the day, it's like it was the dumbest thing in the world, but it was fun to just kind of watch. Obviously, like Fox to me, it's like I've never seen Spectacular Spider-Man only because it got canceled, and I have a rule when it comes to shows, like I can't watch a product that's been canceled. If it's been canceled. Yeah.
When Diaz comes back, I got a clip for him to show. And it's one of my favorite ones from like the animated series. Because I don't know if did you ever watch the animated series?
Which one? There's like 7.
The one for Fox.
Yeah. The 90s, I call it 90s Spider-Man, but it's my favorite one. Yeah,
90s Spider-Man has like a lot of great moments, and one of the things that I like about it is it really humanizes both the Spider-Man and the Peter Parker character.
Yeah.
So exactly. You deal as much as both with the hero as much as the what makes the hero, which is the person behind the mask with Peter Parker. And I think the way that I handle it is so fucking amazing. But they do a lot of stuff with it because, again, it's still the 90s, so they have to do some kind of moral lessons. They got to teach kids like how to be responsible. So there's like a lot of one-off episodes where they just educate kids on certain things. And there's one episode where he goes on this adventure with this little girl, right?
Yes, I know.
And the whole time they're just just going around, just flying around, and he's showing her the different villains, and he's embracing the universe that Spider-Man is. And I think it's actually supposed to show Spider-Man to be what he represents for a lot of people. And one of the things that's tacked onto this episode, which is sweet, but in hindsight, if you want to be a dick about it, it's kind of hilarious. She finds out who Spider-Man is. And it's a bonding moment between him and this character. And he's like, yeah, keep this, secret for the rest of your life. I'm going to depend on you. And this is how much I trust you as someone that calls themselves my true fan, that you know who I really am. And she goes, no problem, Spider-Man. I'll never tell anyone my whole life. And he webs out the building. And the camera just focuses in on a plaque. And it goes, home of the terminally ill kids.
Oh, shit.
It's so dark. Like they were trying to do a
fucking
situation
great.
where it's like it's this whole situation of heroes can never reveal their identity, and anytime they do, the person either dies or has to be part of their secret cabal. This situation where it's that episode and ends up just explaining a lot of his powers and his mythos and who he is as a person, and you're like, oh, that's great, but it's like it's a kid. Kids tell people all the time. It's like, well, unfortunately, this kid's not had that like the.
That's where the dark humor comes, because like if you like believe in the asshole Spider-Man that have existed in different iterations, that dude just guaranteed that his shit ain't snitching.
Really, I hate to like change the subject so quickly, but Corey's gonna be starting soon, and I want to read this thing because he might try to send this to us a couple times. To say, Diaz, there's a quick question in regards to wrestling. I know Alan hates this, but what do you think Ring of Honor has gone out of business, or do you think they're going on hiatus? I think that they are on a hiatus for sure. But even if they're out of business, what they're gonna be doing is they're gonna be essentially dividing whatever their like assets are to other companies, and they're gonna be using these wrestlers. And as far as like AEW or NJ, New Japan Pro Wrestling or Impact Wrestling, what they'll probably be doing is buying some of these wrestlers or paying a certain amount of their paycheck because they're going to be on these other shows too, and then Ring of Honor does not have to pay them as much as they were going to, which allows them to afford them to be on the Ring of Honor show. So yeah, I know they'll be working together. That's going to be money for everybody, and this is why so many old school wrestling people who are into the territories before Vince McMahon took over everything, that's why they want this stuff to happen right now. And finally it's happening. The territories are coming back, and with WWE fucking up so much, I think that people are going to be flocking to fucking Ring of Honor and all that stuff. And by the way,
the
just
Empire
on
is
this note,
crumbling? The Empire is crumbling.
There's a bunch of screenshots, not screenshots, pictures of people like failing. Like you'll see like the arena, and what they'll do is people who didn't pay like the top dollar ticket price to be like close to the ring, they'll upgrade them for free, but put them on the side where the camera's showing, so it looks like WWE Raw is popular and full of people and sold out, when really half the building's completely empty, like empty. Like it's depressing. So yeah, the money has definitely fallen. But it's also a big thing too, or just like it's PG wrestling, and now we have an option. This is why I get mad about like I wish video games would do this too, because they divide so much of everybody. I mean, like, oh my god, like 2022 with the movies, bro. Like even this week, how the fuck is Matrix coming out right after Spider-Man? These are two huge movies. These are two big movies, and people that are poor, and I speak for people that are poor because I'm fucking poor. If I didn't have the job with Corey Coleman and I was working at McDonald's, I would have to choose either Matrix or Spider-Man. I can't get both. What the fuck do I do? You know what I mean?
Movies
cool?
Movies have their runs for several weeks. You watch it once, and then the next.
Well,
week
some
or
people
2
can
weeks
only sometimes people can only afford to watch one movie a month, man. That's where I was literally 4 years ago.
But again, it's a situation where it's like when movies come out, it's like movies. There's so many movies that get released that it's like it's always gonna be somewhat contentious. But at the end of the day, it's like movies, especially with the pandemic, it's about how long a movie has its run for. Where it's like it's no longer the opening weekend is the most important thing. It's the opening month in a lot of cases. So it's like people just
The reason why I get worried, essentially, is because I know Spider-Man's big, and people are talking about like they had trouble finding tickets. For me personally, dude, I got my tickets instantly. It was no problem whatsoever, and there's like room for everyone for even opening day. There's like
I got my ticket yesterday.
Yeah, and my biggest thing too is when I look at the situation, there's probably gonna be some bad box office for Spider-Man and Matrix, and people are gonna hold it to the movie's fault, like they're responsible. It's like, no, you fucking idiots are responsible by putting these two movies together, like you did with video games with Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing and Neo 2 and Ori and the Will of the Wisps and all that shit. And then next year you're gonna do this shit again. Like if you look at 2019 in the movie industry, in December they had that Spider-Man movie, The Rise of Skywalker. And then what was the last one before that? Fucking not Last Jedi, but what was the one before? Solo. And they did that in the summer of 2018. And then 2017, they had Last Jedi. and the Christmas time. So it's like they knew to leave each other the fuck alone. But now everyone's like going blah, 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 and just like,
well,
you know.
but again, Solo bombed financially.
Well, yeah. What happens in the summer in the movie industry since the 80s? Every single.
But again,
time,
well, summer blockbuster, yeah. But again, it was a some blockbuster time. Like, I get what you mean that putting stuff too close together might end up being one of those issues, but it's different audiences going for different stuff. Like, for instance, like me, it's like if it were up to me 100%, I wouldn't watch the next Spider-Man movie. I don't like anything MCU Spider-Man's. I would choose Matrix over Wars. I just happen to be seeing both, but it's like it's a situation where it's like, yeah, if you're not gonna see it one day, you'll see it the next day, or you see it the next week, or even a couple weeks later. Where it's like a couple weeks down the line, you end up looking like months later, where it's like it's no longer like, oh, if it doesn't do 2 weeks, something immediately kicks out. But we've been having movies kick each other out like for decades. This isn't something that's just only happened the last 5 years. This has been happening since the 90s.
Well, it wasn't as that. I remember there's always 2 big movies a month. And then blockbuster time, whatever, there's like a fucking one every single week. And then Christmas is empty, and January is empty.
But again, there's more movies than there's ever been ever. Like in general, there's more movies that are coming out than they ever really.
Everything had to wait because of the pandemic. But that's why. But it doesn't mean that they can't just come out. It's not like if you don't put a movie on in theatrical release, doesn't mean it's gonna like fade away. I wish you would.
No, but like even 4 years ago, when did Aquaman come out? Didn't Aquaman and Bumblebee come? Yeah. Didn't Aquaman and Bumblebee come out like the same week, or at least around that? And it's like both. Like Bumblebee had its issues financially, but I don't think it's because of Aquaman. Aquaman crawled to $1 billion.
By the way, Bumblebee came out after Aquaman. It definitely had issues because of Aquaman.
I don't. I think it was just because of I think it was because of the lack of Michael Bay, honestly. Because the movie itself, people like both movies, but like Aquaman should have failed by all means, but it made its money. It was Bumblebee, which people consider the better movie, ended up not. I don't think it was either one of us. Like, none of people like those franchises. People love Transformers. It was just happened to be at the end of the day, it's like the quality.
Not
of the
movie,
much
anymore. If you look at fucking. For one, Aquaman's not even a franchise yet. I mean, that's based off Justice League, and everyone hated that shit so much they had to make a new one, and I'm sorry version. And then fucking like Bumblebee, they hated the last 3 Michael Bay movies. But like that's a whole different discussion there, because I guess we're thinking of that subjectively, but we should be thinking that objectively, and there's enough objective.
I'm looking at because there's a situation where it's like timing versus like the movie itself, because like the best movie ever could come out with absolutely nothing else going around, because you're in the situation of like back in the day where a movie like Deadpool, for instance, nothing came out in that month. Nobody gave a fuck about anything that came out in that February and ended up breaking it in. But like, it wouldn't necessarily compete against a Marvel movie, but another action movie, it probably would have done just as well, because it was able to stand out on its own merits. For instance, a movie that's probably immediately going to fail is Kingsman. It's being released the same day Matrix is, and it's had almost no press footage. It's had nothing going on. It's being shat out. If they actually advertise it a little bit and maybe put it a week before, they probably is going to do better than it's going to do now, where it's just forgotten about, and it's like I'm probably going to be the only one that watches it.
I almost don't even know what side you're on anymore, because you just said the same thing.
It's a situation where it's like timing isn't necessarily the kiss of death when it comes to movies, as much as you think it is. I think that it's more of a situation of genre changing audiences and just how long movies stay in theaters.
All right, I will say, not to be an asshole, I almost think is like, look, all I'm saying is like I agree with you, but overall you're wrong.
No.
So I'm like. As long as it ends up that I'm wrong, like I was just like, this is like one of those disagree or disagrees.
I literally just said I disagree with your timing, and then trying to go through why my statement I feel is correct.
All right, I'm just saying like how I perceive it. I'm not saying that like I'm for sure right on what I just said, but it just seems like words wise, we rewind it. It's like the only difference we make is that first sentence, and then the rest of it is like 100% we just said the exact same thing. But it's cool, like it's just. Tomato. But yeah, that's one thing I get frustrated too with the video game industry, because like Cyberpunk did that too, where it's like oh well, since everyone's waiting for us to do our thing and timing is important. This is why I keep saying this, Alan. But like that destroyed the gaming industry for fucking 2 months, because one CD Projekt Red game fucking came out not the way it's supposed to, and it fucked everybody. It fucked Immortal Phoenix or whatever the fuck that game was. It fucked up a bunch of shit that was gonna come out like that are indie games. It ruined the entire release schedule of everything, to the point where like. There's a lot of emptiness. People are still complaining about PS5 not having exclusives. Like, I mean, it offset everything. Like, literally everything. This is how important this shit is.
Yeah, but that's because they did what you're recommending. They literally got the fuck out of there to not compete, which is what happens. Because, again, look what happened with Halo Infinite and Dying Light 2. Dying Light 2 was supposed to be out by now. And they picked the release date like 6 months in advance, and Microsoft said, fuck you, we're releasing it the next fucking day. And then they booked it out of that month. Which
if the original release dates were already going to be in January, February, March, etc., then they wouldn't have to worry about like having to move. That's what I'm saying. But they had to keep moving. They had to keep changing things around to the point where no one even knows what release date is for anything anymore. To the point where they don't even fucking announce release dates anymore on games because shit like that happens and it completely destroys the whole concept of how we do this. Like you can't even plan to like buy this for someone's birthday anymore because who fucking knows? Like, you know, and then that also, by the way, too, that goes into a bigger thing that's everyone likes to pretend they care about, where it's like now we got like that fucking that culture of rushing people through, like, you know, the hurry up and get the shit done culture. Because
crunch.
Yeah, crunch culture. It gets into that thing too because then these people are like, hey, well, since we're not coming out with it, do DLC. What the fuck, boss? I thought I was done. I was gonna enjoy the holidays with my kids. Too fucking bad. Go in there because we can't release this yet. So blah blah blah. And then it creates crunch culture, and everyone gets fucked. And yeah, everyone's online like, oh, I feel sorry for these people. How dare the video game companies do this? It's like, no, you guys are responsible. Like, turn that fucking, you know, talking shit to the companies and look at yourself too. And I'm not saying that that's you, by the way. I'm saying like everybody else.
No, it's more the lawmakers that allow the companies to get away with that shit. The consumers are going to consume because that's their right to. So, but
there's also another element to it. Like to add on to Nick's point, we've seen people that want to be producers within this industry that also take that fucking mentality. Hell, we know somebody right now that's like, yeah, you know, crunch is just a natural part of the industry, where that's not true at all. Matter of fact, a lot of industries used to have crunch before, you know, they had regulations that stopped them from fucking doing that shit. And production didn't go down. Matter of fact, production has gone up.
Yeah, and there's actually a story that links to this that makes this somewhat trending, so we're kind of on topic of something. Activision just told their employees, don't sign with that union. Like if you sign with that union, you're not going to get this thing and that thing and that thing. And I'm going to be honest, I'm almost on the side of Activision in some ways with that, and I'll explain that some other day or whatever, because I just don't trust unions. I think they're another shitty fucking corporate asshole thing that people do. But, you know, you don't tell your employees, hey, we're going to give you a raise, we were going to do this, we were going to do that, but since you guys want to form a union, well, don't fucking come to us asking for shit. It's like, no. These are employees. Don't start threatening them, motherfuckers. Like, you guys had this big scandal going on about dudes crawling under desks looking at fucking girls with skirts and shit. You know, and now all of a sudden you want to pull the fucking card of like, hey, guys, don't you do nothing bad. You know, we're a family here. It's like, no, fuck you. Fuck you.
Which that union is largely in response to that. It's not even like really a production thing. It's the fact that they don't have any like way to combat management when they do such like hardcore practices of either firing employees or, God forbid, dealing with sexual harassment on the daily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like, yeah, everyone's a piece of shit.
Anyway. But they're not the only ones that are doing that. Hell, Kellogg, the fucking Frosted Flakes people, threatened to fire their workers that are on strike right now as well.
Oh yeah. Jesus no, they did. Christ. I thought they did fire them.
No, they threatened to fire them. They're trying to get applications in right now, and like I think it was either 4chan or it was Reddit.
Reddit.
They did a coordinated strike against the application website with DDoS and fake applications, and they shut down the Kellogg website for like a week now.
Oh, it was glorious! And then they tried, then they tried to get an outside source, third party to hire people, and then Reddit attacked them as well because it's the internet and nothing's secret.
That's insane, dude.
Look, Reddit is a hive of skull villainy to which the likes I've never seen, but every now and then they do something good.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, here's the thing, though. You know, we're going to do something good, too, though. Very quickly. Yeah, it'll be fine. Because, you know, you were mad that we were watching this. And I'm going to be honest, Alan. I almost kind of agreed with you. I didn't want to watch American Pie. I actually hate that ganja.
Yeah!
Last one ever, because hosts cannot pick fucking movies unless directly allowed by the fucking audience.
Huh? Yes, I agree with that stipulation.
That is so silly.
No, don't let him think about that any longer than that. Yeah, I agree with that. I submit to that. Will
pretty sure I said what I said, but continue doing what you do.
So people, nothing's gonna change. Like, I don't know.
Should don't just not be allowed to pick movies.
Hey, coming from your mouth, man, nothing gonna change.
But if you ever listen to me.
All right. Well, American Pie. This movie came out back in 1999, and I didn't watch this back in the day because I was like, dude, this shit's gonna be fucking stupid. I'm not really into sex stuff at all. You know, I like sex comedies, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. I was a kid. But then, you know, so many people talked about this way afterwards. You know, the big joke of like, you know, oh, like one time at band camp, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, I had to watch this at a certain point when I was a teenager. I'm now growing up, already had, you know, hairs in my pubes, and, you know, been jerking off a little bit and stuff like that. So I was like, I'll watch this fucking thing. And I got like 10, 15 minutes in the movie, and I was like, I can't take this. I can't take the stupid, like, him fucking a pie thing. I can't take his, like, lack of sexual knowledge. This is all very, very stupid. I have way too many questions for this movie that really drives me up the fucking wall. But then, you know, I'm watching this now, and I gotta tell you, dude, like, one of the things I want to bring up to Ganja, which, by the way, thank you for the bit bounty and everything, too. This is Ganja's bit bounty. If you guys are curious about doing that for the future, 500 bits to do a bit bounty. You put that in the head of a movie, and we'll review that movie, and 1,500 bits for a season of a TV show, series, or anime. But
shit, I paid more than that just to make sure that bribe worked.
I know, right? That was fucking great.
Asshole.
But no, man. So I mean, why did you want? I mean, was this like a troll bit bounty, or was this really like you wanted to watch this? Because I almost see the point of both sides of the coin.
Honestly, it was a troll bit bounty. Mostly because my boy Alan here doesn't really like these comedies too much. So one of the things I like to do is force comedies upon him. Very unconsensual like.
Against my will.
And, you know, that VCR, it can be used for a good amount of things. You know, snuff films and tormenting your friend with dumb stoner comedies. And right now, teen romance comedies. And honestly, the reason I really want to suggest it besides fucking with Alan was I wanted to get everyone's opinion because a lot of these movies now are starting to get like I guess you would say a nostalgic view in, or a kind of like give it a new renaissance on the way that they're being presented and all the judgment and kind of harsh criticism that people are passing on to these films. I think Vice.com recently did a article where they had a bunch of Zoomers and young people come by and review the film. And I guess they had a terrible time with it because the reviews were very, very fucking shitty towards the film. And understandably so, because, you know, you have a different generation with different sensibilities, different cultural stigmas, different cultural consequences than you did for the kids that grew up around like the late 90s, early 90s, and early 2000s. Yeah, so I just want to see like where your guys' opinions at. Do we agree? Because we're mostly around the same time span of kids growing up in around the same culture. So it was kind of like that. I just wanted to get a good eye for my co-host.
Yeah, because this is American Pie over here, and the review is from, I don't know why Vice is like this, but it's classic teen
reviewed by woke teens.
Yeah, what do Gen Z make of films like American Pie, Clueless, and Where's My Car? Now,
what old fucking white person wrote that fucking, we're going to get a bunch of woke teenagers to do hip hop and whatever they do to review on their podcast and YouTubes and Twitch. Like, fuck that article. Oh my God.
Well, here's the thing. I want to tell you straight up though, because this has been a thing. I don't even know if you noticed it, but this has been like a theme of this entire show. You don't like talking about sex, huh?
It's not that I don't like talking about sex. I feel like every time sex is brought up, it just goes to the most juvenile fucking like, oh, that person said penis.
You do realize that you're the stupid. I mean, not stupid. I'm sorry. You're the person. No, you're the person who we went on a whole thing for the last fucking like month with you saying that's what she said constantly, right?
Yeah, and
I'm okay.
There's different levels of stupidity. You have your levels. I got mine.
All right. Well, we'll just move on from that bit there. So, you know, about these jokes, here's the thing, and there's a screenshot that I actually had over here, and I want to go back to that part of the trailer. I wasn't being perfect when I showed it. Let me see if I can find it again, because this is actually pretty important, and I can't find it. Oh, well, that just sucks. I loved it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I found it. Yay. Right here, dude. This, you would think is just some, like, kissy, whatever the fuck thing, but this is a huge example right here of how much character fucking development is in this movie. Like, to a point where I'm like, dude, like, there's a lot of movies that come out nowadays that can learn so fucking much by watching this movie. So much. Ganja, are you in agreement with this, or do you think I'm full of shit and just trying to fuck around?
Nah, I can see it.
Like that character right there, he starts off going like, suck me beautiful, and he's acting stupid, and she was about to, I think she was going to give him a head, and then she changed her mind. Or whatever.
I mean, he was, all right, so in the story, basically, it starts off, these people at like a juvenile fucking party. It kind of touches a little bit that these kids are like around 18 and 19, they're about to leave high school and go on to college. So the movie just show people that are above the age of 18. A little disclaimer there, because a lot of these, sometimes these high school movies, they'll do the opposite of what this movie did, where they'll get kids that look younger than what the actual age group is. Whereas this movie grabbed people that are clearly in their 30s to pretend to be 19 and 20.
One of the main characters is balding.
Yeah, currently balding on set. We watched as his hairline disappears throughout the film.
Where it got bigger and bigger as it went on.
But the story starts off basically at a juvenile party. Everyone's trying to get laid. Everyone strikes out. One dude with his girlfriend's just trying to pressure her into sex, which that storyline does not hold up at all. But one of the nerdy kids, kind of like the asshole kid, is able to get laid at the party, which turns this fan group into like a hateful bunch of little assholes. So they decide, hey, before the end of the school year, at the last night of prom, we all smashing some puss. Now, as fucked up as that sounds, that's how the movie presents it. Now, you go on the journey as they try to find girls to impress and talk to in order to, quote unquote, smash that puss before the end of high school. And you just go through a journey as they go and interact with different kids throughout the high school, and you get to learn more about their friend group. Alan, throughout this journey, how was your opinion about it?
Well, every single line of dialogue was, I gotta go to class. What about your dick class? Oh man, my lunch. What about your dick? It's like every fucking thing that happens in this movie has to revolve around someone's dick, and it just became.
Bro,
became
I don't know if she
grating.
loves me for me, bro. Bro, are you loving your dick for being a dick?
Love your dick and you'll love yourself. It's like that's every line of dialogue in this movie, and I'm like, look, I did like I'm sure Nick and Ganja they had their own experiences growing up because we grew up in different generations.
Yeah, I love my dick.
To me, growing up, like I knew people that spoke like that, but that was like if it got brought up. But this situation was like every person has a different variation of just kind of being an asshole. Especially the main character. The main character is the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god, I hated him. I've never wanted to see someone get hit by a bus so many goddamn times as seeing the main character of this fucking movie. Are we rooting for him? Or do we want him to fail? I don't know. Because this movie is so fucking ridiculous. But the movie itself, it's like it's weird. It's doing all this freaking raunchy shit, and I'm assuming for the 90s it was like fucking risque, but after seeing so much bullshit now, it feels extremely tame. Because there's very little actual sexual content except for like it's like sprinkled. It's not a situation where it's like, oh, like watching Skins or watching Euphoria on on HBO where it's like where it's constant just dicks out. It's like this is is there nudity? Yeah, there's one nude scene in this movie, and it's like that's very tame compared to nowadays. But it ended up being a situation where I'm just kind of like, look, I hate every single person on screen. Oh, this person's not sure what love is. I'm like, okay, that's actually not a bad conversation. And then it came to the balding guy who he comes in as the biggest asshole. But then about halfway through, I was like, wow, he actually has some sincerity. He actually gives a shit about this girl he's interested in. So I just started ignoring the whole movie and just focusing on him because I'm like, are they gonna actually do something with him, or is he just gonna be as much of an asshole as everyone around him? But as the movie went on, me and Ganja were talking because Nick was watching the movie, but he wasn't able to talk as much. I started noticing there's a conversation where it's like, oh, what are you going to sacrifice your sports or be with her? And I'm like, I can see look at this. I'm like, oh, this guy wants to just be with her. I'm like, okay, this character actually has some redeeming moments. He's still like, he's not as much of an asshole as everyone else around him is because he's actually like, understanding a healthy relationship. And by the end of the movie, I'm like, I actually ended up liking that character because he was very endearing. I still think most of the characters in the movie are fucking trash, but there's that one shining note.
Not that the character actually accomplishes the bet, but ends up telling people he didn't towards the end out of respect for the girl that he fell in love with.
Yeah, because everyone else doesn't. Nobody in this movie fucking learns a fucking thing about respect.
No, they don't. They get laid that day, and the lesson is ended. Matter of fact, you get a hint that the relationship from one character is clearly on the rocks, and like after that moment, it's over.
Yeah.
I guess you're right there. So it does go back on what I said earlier about like the whole character development thing, but at the same time, you can have digression and someone learning something and can still be progressive character writing.
That's one of the things. Like one of the female characters that was dating the character just realized how much of a scumbag he was, and I guess that sex moment was like, well, I'm definitely going off to a different college.
Yeah,
I gave you like, oh, my girlfriend and I lost our virginity high school memory, so you could tell like the way they end that relationship is very like, okay, those two are not definitely ending off a happy note.
Exactly, yeah. But that's one of the things here is like, there's a lot of stupid shit that's, it's because of the comedy around that time, just the comedic styles of everything that came out, where it was like, yeah, why would he fuck a pie? Why would the dad, Eugene Levi, be all up in his fucking ass and everything about that stuff? Where's the mom character? It's almost like, that...
She don't exist.
You've seen this episode of Seinfeld.
2 scenes.
There's an episode of Seinfeld where they're trying to make the movie, and it makes fun of how men can't write women, so they keep trying to, like, oh, how can we shoot in a lane? And then they keep forgetting to add her onto the show. And literally that's what happens in this movie where it's like you can see how she just ends up not existing. And then she just shows up again and she's just sitting there at a table because all women and all moms got to be sitting at a table waiting for someone to eat food. And it's like, I'm not saying that this is sexist or whatever the fuck, but it's like...
fuck their food.
Well, but it's like you should write the character. I mean, it's okay not to have the woman character in there. Like, just make her busy. Like write in that she has to go to work all day or something.
It's a situation where it's like, he has a mom because technically you'd have to have a mom because he exists as a person. Yeah. But she shows up in like 2 scenes, one at the start and one randomly at in the kitchen, just at the table. And it ends up being a situation where it's like, oh yeah, you keep forgetting he has a mom because wouldn't that be an interesting thing for having the mom kind of help him out? Because this kid, the main character, is a horrendous piece of shit. Oh my god, he is unapologetic for how much like invasion of privacy and how much he is just like abusing the people around him.
The movie really wants us to feel bad for him.
For some fucking reason. And you think of having, maybe a strong female character, like his mother basically try to explain how this isn't right, but the movie never ever fucking does that. But it also has a situation where all the female characters feel like they're just written like men because they're having the same exact conversation. They're literally having the exact, almost word for word, because it cuts to the two women. They're like, "Oh, sex and this and yada yada yada." It's the exact same thing. We're just gonna change around a couple of words. So
yeah, Lloyd, don't you like to get your puss pounded?
Might as well. It's literally the same thing. So I end up being in a situation where the female characters and the male characters just blended in. So I'm just like, and the movie itself has like no consistency. Where there's conversations in the last 15 minutes that feel like they would be at the start of the movie. Like there are two people having this conversation. I'm like, this sounds like something you would start the movie off, not something you would end the movie off. Because it's like this movie doesn't really have a plot. It has a premise. Hey, get to point B, which is get laid, and then all the crazy bullshit in between. And normally those are fine. But with this, just like it's everything felt so random. The jokes, some of them are great. There's a laxative joke that was fucking amazing. Because holy shit, I laughed my goddamn ass off and I realized what was going on.
Yeah.
But it ended up being a situation where it was just like the same jokes running into the ground. It wasn't until the last sequence that it felt like all the pieces were falling through, and the movie has to reward half the cast, even though no one deserves to be rewarded in this movie.
Yeah, well, because it's also one of those things too. It's like some people are able to palette, a movie that starts from somewhere where people can't do this or not seen or whatever, and it's like, okay, well, they need to have their all endings, but we can't be completely negative because people gotta leave this because the comedies gotta leave.
Sure.
Like, oh, good thing that Stickler or whatever the fuck went through whatever they went through. I don't know, but like, I totally see what you're saying, and I totally see how some dialogue should have been used in the very beginning of the movie, or feels like it probably should have, but that
Sure.
also goes into like, well, it's like a sandwich as far as like, like the storyline doesn't change, like it all fits together. You know what I mean? Like, so there's gonna be shit that's like, well, that should have happened at the beginning. It was like, well, yeah, it feels like that because we're finishing what we started. Like, we're
No,
together.
it's more of a soup where you're just like every time and then it's like, oh wait, did I have this already? Oh, I felt like I should have had this earlier.
It's like American Pie. I'm gonna give my rating.
You want to put my dick in it?
That too. I'm gonna put my dick right into this fucking thing and make Alan eat it. Just like Call Me by Your Name, which is a movie that all you fucking nerds like. Anyway, so I think this movie is a 3 out of 5. It's 1/2 step above average. I think this movie actually is above average. I was expecting to hate it. I did not want to watch this. I was mad that Ganja fucking put bit bounties towards this, and I hated the fuck out of this movie back in the day because I thought that I was more mature than the movie. When I was a kid, I was like, I'm above this. This is stupid, dumb shit. But when you actually sit there and you watch it and you're like, you know what? Like, yeah, it starts off as dumb as shit, so those dumb shits can come in and be like, this smells like dumb shit. Let me get into it. And then they surprise you with an actual movie and surprise you with creative writing and surprise you with how you can actually almost remember everybody's names, and there's like 20 fucking characters. And even though they have a very simplistic arc, they all move forward and they all progress. And, like, that's what I want. Just write your shit and, whatever the fuck. And, yeah, there's some laziness, especially with the mom and shit like that. But like, for the most part, man, for movies that are just like this from back in the day, this was actually pretty fucking good. So thank you, Ganja. And what would you rate this, dude?
Me personally, I would rate this like, oh shit, you guys are gonna get mad at me. 4 out of 5. I fucking love it.
God.
I still enjoy it to this day. It was a fun movie when I was a kid and a dumbass teenager. And as an adult now that has better belief systems, I can appreciate it and critique it a lot more, especially for this judgmental scene. Because, man, Blink-182 decided to cameo during a sexual assault scene. That's hilarious to me. And, some of the shit doesn't hold up. And the fact that I can admit that and not, degrade into juvenile shit that you see a lot of my 40 and 50-year-old compatriots do when we talk about their certain comedies around their decade. Yeah, it was dumb. It was dumb shit. I hope kids don't learn any real values from this and appreciate it only for what it is. It's a dumb comedy from an era where a lot of this shit was acceptable when it should have been. And when you watch it now, you laugh at the dumb jokes and you cringe at the actions being done. But no one should ever go on from this point on and be like, oh, I can't wait to be like Stifler when I grow up. No, we are way past these character arcs, these character stereotypes, and just the way these people behave in society alone in general. So, yeah, I could just appreciate for the fucking time capsule that it is. I don't need it to be held up as the standard of, oh, this is what good comedy is compared to what you softy millennials feel. So, yeah, 4 out of 5. My own personal taste.
Alan, take it away, good sir.
I came into this movie and I'm just like, yeah, I've heard enough of this movie. I've seen out of context scenes. I'm like, this movie's gonna be a fucking piece of shit. Because again, I expected it to be like every comedy. I used to situation where I'm never gonna watch a fucking high school comedy because they're all fucking garbage, and most of them are. And that's what I expected walking in this movie. And I'm like, yeah, this was everything that I was expecting. It was everything I was expecting. But I will always give points to a movie that can surprise me. And there's one character arc that actually matters. I don't see any progression to any of the characters because it feels like absolutely no one learned anything except for one character in the movie. But at least I can get something more than nothing at all. I hated almost every single person on screen, from the male to the female characters. But when there were real moments, they had real moments. There was endearing moments, like someone giving up their chance at like a big lacrosse game just so that they could spend time with the person they care about. It's like, okay, that is endearing. But then it cuts to just like, I'm gonna have this random conversation with someone from Bandcamp that just out of fucking nowhere gets laid, because it's like, did for whatever fucking reason, because the movie's like, we gotta end and this character's done fuck all, so we gotta make sure he gets something, I fucking guess. And when the movie just ends, it's just like, this is so random, this is so fucking out of nowhere, that it's like, this is a 1.5. The reason it gets a higher score is because of the fact that he has that one character in the movie that felt like they've genuinely learned something, but everyone else is just like, they're gonna forget the lesson in a week and a half. Like, I think one of the fucking characters in the movie says, he says to one of the characters, like, oh, you'll remember me now, but you'll forget my name tomorrow. I'll just another girl tomorrow. That's this fucking movie. You'll remember me now because you want to get laid, and then you'll forget me the next fucking day. And that's why it's like, I can't get anything more than a 1.5.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you, but yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly, all the main characters are fucking pieces of shit, and this movie itself is a piece of fucking shit. It is a product of its fucking time that inspired a lot of people thinking this was fucking the way to fucking handle any sort of relationship. And it fucking, a franchise that grew from it was one of the worst in fucking history. And it all started with this fucking movie, but I can't get, like, there are parts that I laugh my ass off, and there are parts that I enjoy. So I can't sit there and give it like an angry, but I'm not giving anywhere near average. This movie fucking sucks outside of a couple scenes, so 1.5.
All right. Well, here's the thing, though. The next review we're doing, too, this is from Ryan. Ryan Watson, thank you for the bits. 500 bits for this.
This movie was kind of rough.
You've been waiting all day to say that, huh?
Yeah, I was. I had that shit in the gun. I loaded that this morning. I was like, I can't wait to shoot this motherfucker out.
Max in the chat says he gives American Pie a 1 out of 5. I cannot believe this. I thought you were my son. What the fuck?
Also, Max, I'm glad you're in the chat, man. I didn't get a chance to answer your DM you sent to me privately. But the reason I'm answering on a public forum, because I appreciate you even sending me something. I didn't pick a fight with you inside the political chat. I was just making a debate and making a point, sir. If our conversations, and this goes to anyone in the chats, if y'all talk to me personally or in the comment section or any of the deep double toasted stuff, if our conversations don't delve into fuck yous, you an asshole, and blocking, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just having a conversation with you, and I'm not mad.
Yeah, I will say though, big rule of thumb is that if you ever are concerned about those particular things, do not talk politically with anybody. That's just, I like to pretend like I'm your dad, Max, so that's the only I will recommend as a father figure, even though I'm not really a father figure. Max does not want to be like me at all. But
I wonder if anyone in the chat actually even gets the joke you're making.
But he does. And
he does, but no one else does. They might actually think he's a kid.
Yeah. No, I will say though, Max used to be Little Ragnarok. I don't even know why we even did that. Yeah, he's my Hector essentially. Now they'll get it.
Okay, yeah, basically.
Max has been in a wheelchair for 10 years. No, but
long story short, we used to have people that come on the show, and Max was one of them, and he always used to basically like either side with Nick, or Nick would always fuck with him. So we adopted him much like Hector as his son. So we called him Little Ragnarok.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, I still feel like there's a part of that that's missing, but it has to do with the wrestling show. That's why I didn't want to go into it. But either way, though, yeah, we pretend like he's my son, so that's pretty much all you need to know. But the thing is, though, Max, like, yeah, I would recommend that you probably wouldn't go and then do political stuff. Because I know somebody else, I'm not going to name that person, but there's a double-toasted personality that you had a thing with, whatever. And I remember around that time, not to defend that guy, but he was going off a lot because of political shit, too. So, like, yeah, political things, people, like, it's not worth it. If someone disagrees with you, you're not going to turn them over to think like you, especially in a forum like fucking a DT political forum. So don't even fucking stress it, y'all. Anyways, but this though, I want to say thank you very much, like I said, to Ryan. I really appreciate that. This movie's called C Spot Run. Now, I didn't know what to expect with this. It came out in 2001. I was expecting like another raunchy sex comedy, whatever the fuck. But I was like, well, it has to do with a dog, so it has to be very, very stupid with Disney.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, you were disappointed.
No, because I was actually happy because I was like, oh, this is gonna be silly. It's gonna be about dogs, like legit. So this could be like a fun little tiny whatever the fuck thing. So I was happy because, like with Alan, I actually kind of don't like sex comedies. Sometimes they're fucking annoying. But then you get into this, and like this is everything good about sex comedies, where it is adult and they make jokes that are not like for a PG audience or a modern day any audience. Because I'm sorry, guys, nowadays your sensitivity has made you like a full on PG audience, no matter how hairy, old, or whatever the fuck you are. Y'all are way too sensitive. So this movie says fuck your sensitivity, and it's a silly ass little kid movie about a dog. And this movie has more balls than anything came out this whole fucking year. So, woo-hoo. But yeah, dude, David Arquette plays somebody that I gotta tell you, man, David Arquette is completely off of form here. Like, he's still stupid like David Arquette, but he does stuff where I'm like, dude, I gotta say, I like how he's kind of the cool douchebag, like, like an Adam Sandler. What do they call Adam Sandler? Man baby or man child? Where the fuck?
Yeah, man child.
Yeah, essentially David Arquette is an Adam Sandler character here, but he
Wait,
has
is that
a lot
David
more
Arquette
energy.
or Owen Wilson?
No, that's David Arquette. He looks a lot like
Dude,
Owen Wilson.
I
Yeah.
thought that was Owen Wilson
Me
this
too.
whole time. Like, David Arquette? I guess he's a different character in the movie?
Yeah, and so what's happening here is that he wants to fuck the girl that are here just going. He wants to fuck her really bad, but she has a kid, and he thinks that because he's her friend or whatever, that she's like starting to like him, and she's gonna, she's getting used to him, and eventually she's gonna weaken down and end up fucking this guy. Kind of like the whole goal of American Pie. You gotta get pussy. You gotta get the American Pie. Now the thing is this has nothing to do with Spot. You see, there's two storylines going on here, and she's his ex. Okay, well still. I barely even noticed that because she hated him the whole fucking way through.
That's why they're
Constantly
exes.
Yeah, but it was almost like he's so like, I hope she. Oh man, does she like me? Does she like me, kid? And it's like, no, she doesn't at all. So I'm like, you must be just some weird dude who's trying to get with her. Versus,
Well,
like,
is that his kid?
Dude, honestly, I this must be the worst review ever, but I don't fucking know.
Nick, I'm gonna ask you a very important question. You watched it, right?
Yes, I watched.
Okay.
It.
Okay.
Did you ever
I
watch
watched
Dark
it
Knight?
too, and I watched it, and I have no way to tell you like whose child that is.
Because the storyline is really weird. For one, the kid doesn't even talk to him at first, hates him, but hates him in the sense of like he's just annoying him all the time. And then like David Arquette is very like, oh god, the kid, like he's never been around a kid before. So it's very like, I'm gonna be honest, like I might be wrong when I say this, but no, that's not his fucking kid. And it helps the movie that it's not his kid, because if they are biologically fucking connected, this movie has a huge fucking problem that just collapses every good thing I'm gonna say about it right now.
I mean, I see 3 blonde people on screen, so I assume they're related in some way.
No, I know that Marissa is definitely not the cop's kid. I know that for sure. But anyway, so the thing is, the mom's about to go on some fucking meeting and doing a bunch of bullshit. And still, she don't have a pet named Spot. Nothing has to do with Spot so far. But then we finally get to find out who the fuck Spot is, and it's this dog that Michael Clark Duncan, not anybody else, Ganja. We've had things before where we got him confused with other people. I've done it before too. I almost said Veen Rains when I was like writing notes for this and shit. But yeah, so the thing is, man, Michael Clark Duncan, I'm not a big fan of him in his acting, to be honest. I didn't watch The Green Mile. I felt like it was going to be way too fucking sad. And then I did see him in goddamn, what's that movie that Jen Mayes watched, Ganja? The Salmon, I think it was?
Salmon.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
And that salmon was slamming.
It
That was a pretty good movie.
certainly was. I don't remember much about Daredevil, Mauricio.
He was Kingpin.
He was?
Yeah. He's in the white suit and everything. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well then, fuck. I might. That's kind of a reason.
No,
to go
that
back
movie
and watch
sucks.
That. Okay. Never
That
mind.
movie's fucking terrible.
Yeah. As opposed to all the other comic book movies. No, but you're probably right. I'll give you that. But no. So the thing is, like, we get to see, Michael Clark Duncan fucking around with this dog, but he's not necessarily fucking around with them. I keep saying that because I'm used to saying like, oh, these adults are being all blah 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 with the dogs. But the thing that's crazy about this is that there's a guy literally in his platoon that's like, rubbing the dog's belly, and Michael Clark Duncan's like, hey, don't you fucking treat that like a dog. It's a fucking FBI agent. Don't you fucking treat it like that. Because Michael Clark Duncan takes these agents seriously, and these agents are dogs. Now they're trying to do this thing, and I don't know what the fucking storyline here is too, and they don't explain it well, so I'm not even gonna pretend like I know. But lots of characters from the Goodfellas are in this movie, and they're doing mobster shit. They don't actually explain.
Oh, so that's why you
drug
like it.
selling.
Got it.
But not even that. Well, you don't even know if I like it yet. At this point, because like these mobsters are barely in a movie. There's 2 idiots. One guy from Shallow Hal, the dad from Shallow Hal, and then one guy who actually is from like Goodfellas or some other shit too. But the thing is like, Michael Clark Duncan, when he's fucking around with this dog, or like literally like telling him what to do, hanging out with it, treating like a human. That's what's almost funny because he's playing it completely straight. The music's not even like do. It's not even like silly. You know what I mean? And I gotta tell you, like Ganja, when you're watching that part, we're still at the beginning of the movie. Were you kind of looking at this like, okay, this is too silly for us, or were you like, oh, no, let's see where they go with this?
I adopted this movie's craziness right from the fucking beginning, mostly because it had that early 2000 Disney Channel vibe, and it really did. Like the gun for these gangsters pop up maybe twice, and they don't shoot anybody. They shoot like the sky, they shoot like everything around it, they shoot their foots. But it's never used as any kind of like threatening material. Most of the time, they're just dressing up in different costumes trying to catch this dog.
Yeah, and it's silly because it's almost so slapstick But some of the slaps is like that part right there, like the bus falling down and like this dog always like putting David Arquette through a bunch of shit too. It's very busy. There's lots of physical humor here, and I know it's still slapstick, and physical humor is not the funniest thing in the fucking world. But there's just so much here where like they put a lot of thought and effort into like the sets. You know what I mean? Like cars coming by, crashing, splashing mud and shit all over somebody when they're holding the phone. Then another car runs over the phone. David Arquette falling from the second story. Lots of dog doubles just fucking running and jumping everywhere. I mean, somebody was training these dogs to do all this shit pretty well. And it's just like, yeah, dude, the language. There's a couple of cuss words in here, and the R word being used a lot to the point where it's like I'm watching this and I'm expecting like some silly PG Airbud shit, and this gets like really insulting to the point where if someone who's fucking 25 in 2021 watched this, they'd be like, "Oh my god, this movie's so intense! How dare they say that?" You guys will be doing that shit, and this movie would be like, "Stop being a bitch." You know what I mean? And I like that. I actually like
as
how
we continually abuse everyone on screen because fuck this time period.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about this time period. You're absolutely right. But at the same time, it is nice to see a movie that could be for kids that's so not for kids, technically. And it's like, you don't expect it because there's a safeness with today's movies, including Marvel movies, where I don't expect anything of actual, like, whoomph to happen. That a movie like this kind of whomps on, like, episodes of Hawkeye. Like, Hawkeye does nothing comedically that's as intense as a couple of jokes that happen here. And it's like, wow, like a movie about a fucking dog and a kid, some silly, stupid David Arquette movie, has more adult humor than some shit that should be actually be watched by adults. Like, I had way more laughs and way more fun with this than any episode of fucking Hawkeye or Loki. And they try to do that fucking comedy thing like, oh, we're both. We're action, we're comedy, we're everything. Because we can just do whatever the fuck we want because we have money. And it's like, no. Like, you fail when it comes to something like this in comparison. But yeah, Ganji, you think I'm going far with that particular comparison? Is there nothing parallel there?
I think you're laying it down strong there, Diaz. I see you.
But yeah, dude, like David Arquette, how'd you think of him in this movie? Because I know you're not a big David Arquette fan, but like with this, any difference?
I actually enjoyed him in this one. I think it's mostly because the way his characters plays, like mostly like every other character he plays, is kind of a little slow, but he's endearing in this one. Even like with the stupid slapstick he has to do, it comes off more like he's childish rather than just being like either someone that's like an asshole, spoiled brat, and someone that's just naive about the world.
Yeah, because I mean, it gets to a point too where like even the slapstick, like they overdo jokes, and I hate when people like do a joke and they do it again. Like, what's the thing I always talk about? Sorry to Bother You does that, where like a joke lasts so long, and then it becomes so funny as lasted so long, and then you gotta push it one more bit, and then it's like, okay, now it's too long again. Now you're pissing me off. This one does that too, but then just does it one little bit where it's funny again. Like, there's a part where he steps in dog shit, I swear to God, like 7 times. So, like, the first time, not so funny. Second time, funny. Third time, not so funny. Fourth time, funny. And you just keep going back and forth, and finally it's like, they stop at funny. And it's like, yes. Like, that's how you do it. You almost did something super predictable, but I didn't predict you're going to do it so many times, so now it's unpredictable again. That's how you refreshen an old joke, and this refreshes tons of old jokes over and over again, to the point where, like, even towards the end of the movie, they're still doing the same thing they were doing with Michael Clark Duncan at the first minute of the movie, still doing it at the end. It's fucking ridiculous. And they're really hammering in the mobster mentality of these actors from Goodfellas being in the movie too. Like, they just hammer in, they're mobsters, they're mobsters, they're mobsters. And it would get stupid and annoying after a while, but it gets so slapstick and so insulting to mobster movies that you almost go like, you know what? Good for putting them in here. It's almost like being like, I don't know. It's like laughing at Joe Pesci going in Home Alone. You know what I mean? It's like it's so surreal that Joe Pesci is doing something so childish that you almost give it points for even doing that. So for me, like, yeah, I'm not gonna go through any scene by scenes here. I'm not gonna go through a bunch of synopsis things. Just once upon a time, a fucking dog gets loose, gets put in these crazy situations. The mobsters trying to kill it, and obviously they don't because it's a fucking PG movie. But I strongly recommend you guys watch this. It's actually a very, very funny movie. It's very fun. It's very busy. And I think you guys will dig it. For me, I give this movie a fucking 4 out of 5. I had a fucking blast watching this movie. I don't have a lot of bad things to say about it unless I'm going to be like one of those stupid like wannabe critics where I'm like, oh, hey, that didn't make no sense. No, this whole fucking thing doesn't make sense. It's just trying to have fun. It's a fun movie. 4 out of 5. Ganja, what would you rate this fucking thing?
I say I had like a basic time with it. I could give it like a 2 out of 5. No strong complaints one way or the other. Just didn't really enjoy enough to be like, oh, you definitely gotta go fucking see this movie. It was brand new. It hyped me up. Nah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that good.
Okay, I totally get you there. We still kind of disagree, but at the same time, I can't feel emotion enough to argue it. It's just like I like dumb shit. This movie is so fucking dumb.
Well, our
but
only
it's so much
disagreement
fun.
is just I just didn't feel the necessary hype that you felt.
Yeah.
And my criticism probably fall the same way as you do.
Yeah. Like, you know what this reminds me of? You know what's another horrible fucking movie that I would recommend, like 5 out of 5 recommend? It's a movie you showed me. You know which one?
Which one?
Guess, because it has Jake Gyllenhaal.
Ooh, Bubble Boy.
Bubble Boy.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Boy.
that fucking movie sucks.
That movie is a horrible movie. That it's like, I would put that like in my top 12. Like, it's almost in my top 10. It's so much fun.
I legitimately, as a kid, was not allowed to watch that movie. Like
Why? 'Cause
my
you thought you
mom
were
just
being a bubble?
no. My mom just refused to let me watch the movie, and I never fucking knew why. And I was like, oh, as a kid, I want to watch that movie because I'm not allowed to. I watched it years later. I'm like, my mom was right.
Yeah. Oh man, but you know what your mom was also right about, man? The Metropolis Collective, man.
What?
Sure.
Yeah. Why don't you tell people where to find you? God damn it.
I'll also tell my mom where to find it, I guess.
Anyways, what's up about the Metropolis Collective?
No. Just fucking
I've been
follow
being
me on
mean to him the
Facebook.
whole show, and I'm like, man, don't give me one more,
That's
please.
literally you don't need much to be mean to me.
Oh, yeah,
Just
I'm
follow me
sorry.
on the Moobot's gonna send out the information. Follow me on Facebook. Illuminati and the rest of the Metropolis shows are currently on hiatus. So if you haven't had a chance to catch up, this is the perfect time to do so. If you prefer listening to stuff on audio and podcast form, we're on literally every single place but Tidal, but we'll get the Tidal one day. So we're on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio. We're on the Apple Store as well, or iTunes, whatever the fuck it's called now. So be sure to check that out if you need a chance to catch up.
You know, you're right, though. They do change their fucking names to a lot of people. But, yeah, the song is not playing. You guys can hear it. We're out of here. It's been a long show, been a late show. I appreciate you guys chilling with us. You guys did not have to, but you did. And that means so very much to us. It means a lot to Alan. I've been fucking with him for 2 fucking hours now. So
I hate you as a person.
bless him. Bless his fucking heart for dealing with us. I was going to
Someone save me.
I don't know if it was me or us, I was going to say. But no, we'll say us. No, he's been dealing with this for all fucking night, but it's for your guys' enjoyment. Goodbye. Stay toasty. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Should be fun stuff. More bit bounty to come your way. Thank you. We're going to raid Mr. Juicy. So goodbye. Stay toasty. Chat the chat.